Escape modern anxiety with Spinoza's rational joy. Every day we're told to stay positive, manifest success, and choose happiness. Yet anxiety still hums beneath everything, a constant pressure behind the smile. You don't need more forced positivity. You need understanding. Because when you truly understand what's happening in your mind and in the world, peace stops being fragile. It becomes rational. This video is about how to replace anxious confusion with calm clarity, using the timeless wisdom of the philosopher Baruch Spinoza. Spinoza's approach is not mystical and not motivational fluff. It's philosophy as therapy, a system for building emotional strength through reason. His method shows you how to stop fighting reality, how to master your reactions, and how to experience a deep, durable joy that doesn't depend on circumstances. Today, we'll walk through 3 lessons and 1 ultimate practice you can start applying right now. Lesson 1. See reality as it is. Modern anxiety begins with a silent argument against reality. We constantly tell ourselves that life should be different, that people should behave better, outcomes should be fairer, and the world should be calmer. Every should creates tension between what exists and what we wish existed. Spinoza begins with the antidote, Deus sive natura, or God or nature. It means that everything in existence is part of one interconnected system governed by logical cause and effect. Nothing stands outside it. Nothing is random. Nothing is personal. When you see events this way, you stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "Why is this happening, and what can I learn from it?" This small shift transforms chaos into comprehension. The traffic jam, the lost job, the failed relationship, they're not punishments. They're results of complex chains of causes stretching far beyond your control. Understanding this doesn't erase pain, but it dissolves resistance. Suffering isn't caused by events themselves, but by our demand that they should be otherwise. Accepting necessity isn't weakness, it's alignment with reality. You regain the energy wasted on denial and direct it toward intelligent action. So the first mindset practice is this. Whenever something triggers stress or frustration, pause and remind yourself, this is part of nature's order. My task is not to protest, but to understand. Lesson 2. Understand the mechanics of emotion. Once you stop fighting external reality, the next challenge is internal. Understanding how emotions actually work. Anxiety, anger, envy. They seem uncontrollable because we treat them as mysteries. Spinoza teaches that they're not mysterious at all. They obey laws of cause and effect just like everything else. He divides emotions into 2 categories, passive and active. Passive emotions are reactions, feelings produced by external forces acting on you. They happen to you. Active emotions arise from your own understanding. They happen through you. Most of modern life keeps us trapped in passivity. Notifications, criticism, praise, comparison. Each pulls emotional strings. Our peace depends on things we don't control, so anxiety becomes the default. To regain freedom, start treating emotions as signals of understanding or confusion. When fear appears, ask, what belief is generating this reaction? Is that belief true? What evidence supports it? By analyzing emotion with calm curiosity, you transform it from a tyrant into data. You move from being ruled by feelings to learning from them. The moment you understand a feeling's cause, you create distance, and in that distance, power returns to you. Spinoza calls this transition the movement from passion to action. Each time you convert confusion into clarity, sadness into insight, you increase your inner strength. That increase in power is what he calls joy. Not a fleeting pleasure, but the deep satisfaction of understanding yourself. So whenever anxiety rises, don't suppress it. Lesson 3. Expand your power through understanding. Spinoza's word for the driving force of all life is conatus, the natural striving of everything to persist and flourish. For a human being, flourishing means expanding your capacity to act through knowledge and reason. In other words, your power grows every time your understanding grows. Think about what that means for anxiety. Each time you clearly comprehend a cause, in yourself, in others, in events, the unknown shrinks. The unknown is what fuels fear. Understanding replaces fear with capability. This is why learning, reflection, and mindfulness are not luxuries, they're necessities for peace. Every clear idea you form strengthens your conatus. Every reaction you replace with comprehension adds stability to your mind. Living by this principle turns life into continuous education. Failures are not verdicts, they're information. Criticism is not humiliation. It's feedback about perception. Setbacks are not cosmic injustice. They're lessons in limitation and adaptation. When you start seeing existence as a vast classroom rather than a battlefield, your anxiety loses its edge. You no longer need the world to cooperate for you to feel secure. You simply need to keep understanding it. This is the quiet power Spinoza called blessedness, a serenity born not from control, but from comprehension. It's the state where logic and peace merge. Lesson 4. Freedom through rational joy. Once you learn to see reality as it is and understand your emotions as natural effects, the final step is learning to generate your own peace, what Spinoza called active joy. This kind of joy isn't about excitement or pleasure, it's the inner light that comes from clarity. Pleasure is temporary because it depends on external causes. Joy is durable because it's built on understanding. When you act from knowledge, when you choose reason over reaction, you experience the feeling of expansion. That expansion is joy. Spinoza's insight here is simple but profound. The highest virtue is understanding. Virtue doesn't mean obedience to rules, it means living in harmony with your nature. And your nature, as a rational being, is to seek truth. Each time you see more clearly, you live more authentically. This is where emotional freedom becomes spiritual strength. When you realize that anger, envy, or fear are just signals of incomplete understanding, you stop fearing them. You use them as doorways. When something frustrates you, you don't ask, "How do I make this stop?" You ask, "What truth is hidden here that I don't yet see?" This constant pursuit of clarity turns daily life into practice. You begin to notice when your peace depends on fragile things, approval, comparison, luck, and you gradually replace those dependencies with self-generated stability. Spinoza called this process the intellectual love of God, which simply means love of truth, love of reality as it is. When you love truth more than comfort, you stop being at war with the world. You stop fearing outcomes. You become aligned with nature's logic, moving with it rather than against it. That is rational joy. Not an escape from reality, but unity with it. If this shift in mindset, from passive reaction to rational strength resonates with you, subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss your daily boost. Here on Limitless Mindset, every video gives you practical philosophy to build inner peace, discipline, and self-mastery. And if you know someone who's struggling with anxiety or constant overthinking, share this video with them. Sometimes, one moment of understanding can open an entirely new path to peace. Lesson 5. Living the practice. Let's bring these insights together in practical form. To live Spinoza's philosophy is to live intentionally, rationally, and compassionately. 1. See things as they are. When something disturbs you, step back and describe it objectively before judging it. This is happening. That simple clarity interrupts emotional spirals. 2. Understand your emotions. Instead of fighting your feelings, name them and trace their causes. Turn confusion into comprehension. 3. Act from knowledge, not impulse. When you respond with awareness, you act from your own power, not from habit or fear. 4. Pursue rational joy daily. Make understanding your highest goal. Read, reflect, journal, observe. Each insight adds stability to your peace. And finally, practice compassion through comprehension. The more you understand yourself, the easier it becomes to understand others. You realize that everyone acts from their own causes, from fear, ignorance, or confusion. That recognition replaces judgment with calm empathy. Living this way doesn't make you emotionless. It makes you emotionally wise. It turns the chaos of modern life into an ordered system of learning. This is the mindset of the calm warrior, grounded, clear, unshakable. Let's summarize Spinoza's blueprint for escaping modern anxiety. First, accept reality as part of a logical whole. What happens is not punishment, it's process. Second, study your emotions as natural effects, not enemies. Understanding dissolves their power. Third, grow your inner strength by expanding your knowledge. Your true power lies in comprehension. And finally, cultivate rational joy, the quiet, resilient happiness that comes from loving truth more than comfort. This is the mindset of freedom, the freedom not from difficulty, but from confusion. It's the peace that no circumstance can touch because it's built on the one thing that never changes, your ability to understand. If this video gave you a moment of clarity, subscribe now and join the Limitless Mindset community. Together, we're learning to live with reason, resilience, and inner peace, one idea at a time. And as you leave today, reflect on this question. What truth about your anxiety are you finally ready to understand instead of resist? Because every moment of understanding is a step toward rational joy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for your next daily boost.